I want to be an artist of many talents, and to do this, I'll also have to learn how to draw furries. Now, personally, I'm under the belief that furries are pretty cool. A lot of them have really unique and interesting designs, and most of them are really talented, especially fursuit makers and people who do fan art and, it's just like art in general of the OCs. I personally don't have a furry OC, and I don't class myself as a furry despite being friends with furries, because it's just not something I see myself as. Like, I don't know, it's not something I've really been into, it's not something I've ever really considered, and I don't think I do, because I'm a multi-fandom artist. I just prefer to draw lots of different things, and I don't really like to limit myself to just one thing, if that makes sense. My persona is a human, and I don't really see it as anything other than that, because I see it as myself, if that makes sense. Now, having said that, I don't have anything against furries. I think they're really cool, and I do just want to learn because I'm very into learning and being able to do lots of different things. So let's just jump right into day one. Going into this challenge, I wasn't exactly sure where to begin. Obviously, there are so many artists out there that I didn't want to confine myself to just one furry artist art style. So I went onto my favorite Pinterest site and did some research and just started doodling. I feel like that's the best place to start, where you can just, let your mind be free, let yourself get used to like the shapes, the forms of what you're doing. And that's basically what I did all day. Now, I do have to be transparent that starting this challenge, I have got experience with drawing furries to a degree. I do have commissions open for furries, so I've drawn quite a few in my free time and stuff. I'm just not super duper confident with it. What I mean by that is, if somebody commissioned me, I could draw it perfectly, I could do it perfectly fine. But if I had an idea and wanted to sketch it out and just, doodle it, it would look kind of awful, which is not where I want to be with my art. I think that spending hours and hours to perfect something is great, but I want to be able to do it really fast, I want to be efficient with my art, which is why I want to learn this kind of stuff better, I guess. So yeah, I do have experience, but I'm not super qualified to be quote unquote a furry artist. Okay, so my issue so far is that I'm absolutely terrible at anatomy, and I'm terrible with the face forms. The thing is, there's so many different species and ideas. I don't know exactly what I should be focusing on. Even though I've watched a few videos, it didn't really exactly tell me what specifically to work on, if that makes sense. I think I do, today, I'm gonna make a persona, and then I'll be able to actually figure out what to do from there, because I'll have a base point, or I'll have something to work off of if I make a furry OC. I don't want to say a persona, because I don't think it'll be me. It just won't feel like me. But I think that's what I'm gonna do today. I think I'm gonna try and figure out how to make a persona and kind of figure out how to design it so that I can feel like it's something I want to work with, if that makes sense. Okay, so after scrolling through Pinterest for quite a while, I kind of decided what I wanted my character to look like. I kind of wanted to go for a candy car aesthetic, but then I didn't end up going with that eventually, but yeah. I'll just take you through it whilst I do the time lapse in the background. So basically, what I chose for the species was an Arctic fox mixed with a cat, kind of. Since I don't know, I feel like those two are very simple animals that I could easily get connected to. I feel very connected to cats because I'm so lazy. So yeah, that's why I chose that kind of creature, I guess. And yeah, I kind of wanted to make it a femboy because why not? My boyfriend is kind of a femboy at the moment, and yeah, it's just kind of been what I've been looking at nowadays, because it's his fashion, I guess. So yeah, I decided to make it a femboy. Him a femboy, I guess. And yeah, as I was drawing, I kind of got more and more ideas. I was thinking what colors do I want to use? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And it was at the point when I finished the line art, which, by the way, I really like the line art. The way that I did the line art, I used a very default pen, but I don't know. I think I changed some of the settings on it, and it just kind of looks really I don't even know. It just looks really nice. So I don't know. I really like the fun art, the line art that I did recently. I've kind of just been popping off, I guess. I don't know, not to toot my own horn. But yeah, once I started putting the flat colors in, I was like, shit, I kind of like the yellow and blue, so that's what I went with. I went with a yellow and blue design rather than using like the bright neon colors of the candy that I was originally going to use. But I think it worked out a lot better than the other idea that I had. And I think that's what's good about art is that you can just like make ideas up as you go along, and sometimes it turns out good, sometimes it turns out terrible. But today it turned out okay, which is great. Yeah, so obviously the yellow and the blue, I really like it. I think because they're like opposites on the color wheel, it really helps make it pop, I guess. I did change the black line art to like a more slightly tainted blue line art. Then I added some stars everywhere because I wanted to make it star themed because I'm very into stars, and I named him Nova because why not? I decided to change the background because he just like was not popping off in the background that I gave him. So I decided to change it up, add in like a few important details, like his species, his gender, and yeah, I skipped out the little drawing. I usually do like on my reference sheets like how they draw themselves, but I skipped out on that and decided to change it for like the colors in like a color palette so that it was easier to like select colors from instead of having to like dance around the drawing. But yeah, this is how it came out. It was really cute. I really liked it. I'm really glad that I did this because I think it's going to help allow a lot more going on in the week. Okay, so today is basically all about getting the forms right and kind of just getting used to the muscle memory. So I spent pretty much hours just drawing and redrawing and drawing different poses and different like side profiles and different like just like overall different variations of my character and like different furries. I know there's a lot of different species, so I also want to focus on that, but that could be tomorrow's problem because today I just wanted to focus on being able to perfect, well, not perfect, but being able to like execute one furry type, which is my OC, and being able to just like draw that consistently well. So it's day 4, and we're going to go again with traditional today. I did decide to work a bit more on like the side profiles and stuff because I feel like I really just wanted to nail it. I really just wanted to be able to like sit down and be able to just draw without having to like think about the shapes and forms, which is kind of like how I usually draw. So how I usually draw is a lot of the times I do skip the sketching phase and I just go straight to line art because in my head, because I've drawn so much, I can visualize how it's supposed to be, if that makes sense. So I kind of wanted it to be the same process for drawing furries. But obviously, I feel like it's going to take a lot longer than 7 days. But I think here, just drawing the side profiles and getting used to the different like ways that it can look really did help in the long run. Obviously, there's a lot of failed attempts too that, like, as you can see, because all of the background is like time-lapsed because I have a very loud household in the daytime, so I don't want to like put you through that. But a lot of the time, a lot of in the time lapse, you can see me like making mistakes and looking back at my references and trying to figure it out and just like see how it goes. And as you can see, it's okay to make mistakes. Like, you're never going to learn if you don't make mistakes. So, if you're worried that your art looks terrible, that's totally okay. You can just try again. That's what's so cool about art, is that it's one of those things where you can just do it again if you don't like it, or you can erase it and, fix it and go over it. And, I think it's just one of those things that I really like about art, is that you can just make it what you want, if that makes sense. And I think that's great. So I moved back to digital for today because not only was I doing commissions, I just wanted to actually try doing it more physical, because I feel like with digital, it allows for a lot more room for mistakes and a lot more room for learning. Because I can just freely make a new canvas and, start drawing again, it does really allow me to just, like, start again and, learn it better, because I have more space and I have more room on my canvases. Whereas with paper, I have to waste so much paper and so much space trying to, like, get different proportions right and stuff. But yeah, I think that's one of the main things why I draw digital so much, is because I just have that room to be able to change things more easily. It's more accessible to change, and I just like that about being like digital art. So yeah, I moved back to digital for today, and I think it went pretty well. I don't know, I feel like I was able to figure out posing a lot more, and I kind of wanted to move to like a more chibi-ish art style, which I'm probably gonna do tomorrow. But I don't know, I did really like how a lot of like my mini doodles came today. I think they came out really good compared to like day one. Like if you look back at my day one art and my day 5 art, you can see that I've definitely improved a little bit. You can see that I've actually took time to like look at what it's supposed to look like, and that makes me really happy that you can see it and like the difference between day 1 and day 5. So that's great. So this is a proof that, you know, actually doing stuff over and over again does actually help you learn. Okay, so we're on the second to last day, which is pretty, I'm pretty happy with how everything's going so far. And today I decided to draw one of my friends' personas, I guess, or like his character. I don't really know. So me and my friend have been friends for quite a bit now, a few months, and I love his like Twitter persona, so I drew it, and I think it came out really well. It's like a jester kind of creature, so I really like the design, and the colors just like make me so happy. At first, because my phone quality is so like ass when I first got Twitter, I originally thought it was like a trans flag, and I just assumed like it was like nothing, and then when I finally was able to see it, I was like, oh my god, wait, that's so cool. Like, that design's crazy. I love that. And I always knew that I wanted to draw it someday. I just never really got the chance to. And now that I did, I'm so happy. And we're actually going to show it to him in this video. So, let's see if he likes it. It's the final day of this challenge, and I did want to do something big, but I've honestly not been feeling the greatest. I've been having really bad stomach cramps lately, so I decided to just let myself rest and kind of just doodle, I guess. I did a lot of just like messing about with like colors and shapes and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't really productive, but I think I've definitely improved from day 1 to day 7. I think I definitely have a lot more idea of how the anatomy works with anthropomorphic creatures. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. I did want to mention quickly before the video ends and before I show you the reaction of my friend that I do have a Discord link in the description below, and all my socials are also down below. So if you ever wanted to talk to me or follow me elsewhere and keep up with what I do, feel free to follow me at all of those, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video.